For most people, work colleagues are nothing more than simply acquaintances.
Sonny is an 18-month-old German Shepherd. He is dual purpose and he's a patrol canine and he's narcotics trained.
But Officer Vomastic of the Hastings Police Department shares a much more personal connection with his.
He's my partner. Lives with me, rides with me every day. We do pretty much everything together. You know, we spend a good chunk of well, I'll be with him his entire life and he'll be part of me for a good 8 to 10 years.
However, none of this would have been possible without an extremely generous donation from one of our community members.
There's definitely a partnership that goes in with dog and handler.
Kim Christensen has seen firsthand the positive effect that our police force has had on our community.
My mom and dad would go to Coburn's for breakfast and coffee every morning. A lot of times the police would come in for a coffee and my dad would get to talking to them and liking to ask them lots of questions. The police officers were always just willing to answer his questions and make conversation with this old guy who probably asked him the same questions over and over.
Kim's dad, Sonny, was especially intrigued by the K-9 unit.
My dad loved animals, loved dogs, and he loved the relationship that a handler and the police have.
A passion that would carry beyond a lifetime.
He passed away about a year ago. About a week after he passed, my mom said, "Well, I have to tell you something." She said, "Your dad has a memorial set aside for the Hastings Police Department and wants to buy them a canine."
A very generous donation, and one that he managed to keep a secret.
I had no idea that this is what my dad had planned.
And one that would soon form an unbreakable bond between a man and his dog.
Maybe I'm having a bad day kind of a thing, and obviously my emotions could show that to Sonny, and he could pick up on that because he's very smart, but he can always bring a smile to my face.
I feel like my dad has saw that because he did have relationships with animals and dogs that, he partnered with.
As it turns out, Sonny the person and Sonny the dog have more in common than just their name.
A very hard worker.
He's high driven.
Very social guy. Loved to talk to everybody.
He's very social. Always wants to be around other dogs, wants to socialize, wants to play with them.
It just goes to show that a little generosity can go a long way.
Look for the good because there is more good.
We're extremely thankful for the donation from Kim's family. I mean, without the donation, I don't know personally, but it's hard for me to say that we wouldn't have another canine in this city, which would be disappointing.
It's just great to know that when it comes to protection, the city of Hastings is in good hands and good paws. I'm Colby Zach, reporting for HCTV, and thanks for watching.